Hi, everybody. My name is Lee. I'll be your host here on Resistance to Existence, a conversation podcast in which I interview my friends, family, and whoever I find interesting enough to have a conversation with. The first episode here is actually a two-parter and features my roommate Jordan. We get to talking about many different topics, but this episode's mostly about movies. I hope you guys enjoy, and you might want to turn up your volume on your device because when I recorded the podcast, the audio was a little bit lower than it is right now, so be prepared for that. And without further ado, enjoy the first episode of Resistance to Existence.
True.
Okay,
So
you have to speak up because I'm secretly recording you now.
yeah. But you like to think that you're some kind of Freudian master. So,
I mean, I like Freudian psychology, but I don't think I'm a master.
yeah, but you try to psychoanalyze people and it's like
Jordan,
normally.
I only do that with you because you request
No,
it.
you don't. You did that with Derek. You did were you molested as a child? Who asked?
Oh, I did that as a joke.
It's not funny.
Derek thought it was funny. He was laughing.
Choose Jared.
Derek.
Well, Derek was
Jared from Subway, he was totally molested. That's why he molested those kids.
Okay. You said Jared. You didn't say Derek.
I misspoke. That was a Freudian slip. See?
I'm just saying. It's funny, but at the same time...
Okay, so what don't you want to talk about? We'll steer away from these conversation topics.
No, there's the thing. I don't know.
You
just
don't
know you're pretty good at being like, and we're going here. And it's like, what are you doing?
Okay. Okay, well then just do the signal if you don't want to talk about it.
Signal.
Yeah, that's the signal.
Signal.
It's Jordan. On an audio program, Jordan will say signal when he doesn't want to talk about something. So, tell me about your parents. Signal.
Signal. So, Lee, why don't we talk about your lack of gun ownership?
My lack of gun ownership. Well, considering there's a crime involved in that. Just kidding. No.
No. You didn't say signal.
Signal! I'm going to edit that part out.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not.
You can't fix it in post.
No, it's just I don't want to talk about that right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So.
And I still own them. I just have to get a box for them.
You just keep them buried in the yard. You have under the chickens.
This is completely safe. Just undigging them while somebody's rifling through the house.
Well, I was picturing chickens laying hens. You just reach under it and grab a pistol. What?
under the chicken hutch. It's just where all the guns are buried.
Yeah. Anna probably wouldn't know the difference. Your chicken lay gun.
The chicken laid a clock. Impressive. We're keeping this one.
So, what's the name of this? Resistance to Existence?
That's actually a good name. That's the name now. Resistance to Existence. Anyway, if you don't know, I'm Lee. I'm the host, and this is.
I'm Jordan, and I didn't know Lee was the host until he just declared.
Yeah, Jordan thought he was the host, but no, it is I.
Okay, I'm fine with that. I'm fine if your name is on the Titanic.
Go ahead and just put your name on the Titanic so no one will ever hire you again.
If I had to have a leadership position on the Titanic, I would be assistant captain.
Dude,
no one remembers assistant captain.
As much as I am in charge of this podcast or whatever, this is the most in charge I ever want to be over anything. I don't want to be in charge of if somebody's like, "Hey, do you want to be president?" No, I'm going to be vice president. Yeah. Oh, do you want to be in charge of this?
Probably
no.
do more work
I want to be the assistant.
Vice president.
Yeah, but my name's not on shit. Because if you notice, people give Mike Pence shit from time to time, but for the most part, the brunt of the shit.
Mike Pence certified wheat thins.
Exactly, but with Donald Trump, it's oh, Donald Trump did this and that, and then budget and blah blah blah. Same thing with Obama. Everyone looks at the vice president as just oh, that vice president, what a scallywag. But
he was Obama's bottom. That's for sure.
Joe Biden?
Yeah.
He was the bottom.
But here's the thing.
Let's be honest, Obama's the bottom.
No, that's what I was getting to.
Okay.
You think Michelle Obama throws Obama on the bed?
I think they take turns.
Really though?
They're pretty I think they're pretty sex positive.
Look at those arms, those biceps she's got. Oh, those aren't from curling 2-pound weights. That's from picking up a 120-pound man, throwing him on the bed.
Dude, Obama's definitely more than 120 pounds.
that last year.
That last year, okay, maybe he was 130, but like for most of his presidency, I'm saying I think because he's like 6'2",
But he's really
isn't
skinny.
he? He's really skinny, but like you can't be that tall and be less than like 160 healthily. Like he would have fainted walking down the White House lawn.
Yeah.
No, he's probably like 180.
I like
or
how
something.
you're realistically talking about this.
Why wouldn't I? I'm real.
I'm
a real man.
This is what disturbs me about you sometimes. Is like people joke, hey, Michelle Obama, throwing Obama on the bed. And then you're like, yes, it's true.
Yes, it's true. Absolutely.
So
didn't you know?
It's hard. I can't joke.
Derek's calling me
because it's all real. Derek's that's right. That's the reason I came to talk to you before you asked me to do a podcast. You have to move your car so he can get the vote in.
Awesome. Well, we're gonna put this on pause real quick so I can go move my car. Yeah, he's now texting me. Move your car. All right, we'll be right back. And we're back.
You know, I think it makes it worse if you try to act professional.
And we're back with some cool vibes.
Because that's what Joe Rogan gets really good. He's just like, yeah, man, I'm just a dude, bro. And
yeah, but I'm not gonna try and be like Joe Rogan.
No, why? But okay, that's a good point. Because then people try too hard with the whole chill, bro thing.
Exactly, which is why I want to just be me.
Which is a cheesy ESPN reporter.
All right, we got Jordan Smith with the call-outs for this week's
Let's do a replay of that.
Instant replay on that. Go back to that, Jamie. Look at that. Look at the fucking guns on that gorilla, dude.
Oh, those glutes.
Look at the fucking size of that thing.
Juicy buns.
Gorilla bun.
Be sure to make it.
Hold on. What's that meme about clapping gorilla cheeks?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
That sounds like blasphemy to Harambe.
Harambe. Yeah. Hold on. There's a meme about this.
No, it isn't funny, Lee.
Clapping gorilla cheeks.
No, stop. Talking about memes over an auditory program is not funny.
It's a text post, dude.
It's not funny.
Oh, yes. Do you think that Tarzan was a virgin before he met Jane, or was he clapping gorilla cheeks?
Okay, that is funny. Probably did.
Honestly, he thought he was a gorilla.
Yeah.
He just thought he was a hairless gorilla,
So maybe with Jane, he's committing bestiality.
You know, the thing is also humans have bigger dicks than gorillas, so he would have had his own harem, because gorillas go with the biggest dicked male.
How do they know that?
What do you mean? Primatologists know that.
Yeah, but are they like pulling out their dicks and measuring them?
Yeah.
I want that job.
Wait. You want the job of being a female gorilla?
We have them in sight. Tranquilize them. Quick! Grab the ruler.
That's. I think that's what they do. Gosh. I don't know. I'm not a primatologist.
Obviously.
I wish I was. That'd be a great job.
Yeah.
You just get paid to hang out with monkeys all day.
There's a cool
measure their dicks.
Vsauce video on apes.
Yeah?
Yeah. He went to the research center in Japan. Really good.
What happened, Jordan?
Well, I'm not going to tell you the video. I'm just going to tell you that. So then if you're interested, you can stop being lazy. And you can
let's just watch the video right now.
Vsauce 8.
Let's not have a conversation on the Conversation podcast. Let's go watch the Vsauce video right now.
I just told you. That's all my thoughts
What
on
was we just giving facts about? Was it chimps?
I don't remember enough about it.
Oh, okay. I thought
I'm
you
not
meant
being sponsored by Vsauce.
I thought you meant you saw it recently and wanted to have a conversation.
Vsauce, Michael here. You're being a bitch.
Jordan, when you bring up a conversation topic and then the end of your sentence is, I don't know, go look it up, doesn't make for productive conversation.
What else are we going to talk about? This isn't about Michael or Vsauce.
Why can't it be?
This is stupid. Okay, I'm sorry.
No, it needed to be said. I love Michael, but he's slipping lately.
He is slipping.
Like,
it's from that ayahuasca trip.
Dude, honestly, ever since then, the things haven't been the same.
It's a slow spiral.
It's a slow spiral.
It's been like that for almost all the YouTube stars.
As soon as they take ayahuasca, it's just down the drain.
Just down the drain.
Oh. This is, okay. We like to talk about the past from time to time. You and I.
Time to time.
Almost all the time. But
past is time.
Sure is. Who is like your go-to YouTube people when you were young? Like when you were 10?
This is a little embarrassing.
What's up? Oh, I've got embarrassing ones too, don't worry.
Smosh for sure.
Dude, me too! I loved Smosh.
Yeah. Before they came out as gay.
Did they?
No.
I'd believe it if it was true. I thought they were brothers or something. Or cousins.
I thought that too, but they're not. They're friends.
Oh, really?
And then, like, I was, like, 14 and realized, like, these dudes are almost, like, 30. What are they doing?
Oh, I thought they were like 20 or something.
Well, not anymore, for sure.
Well, are they still going? I stopped watching when I was
here's the
in
thing.
high school.
I tried as long as I could, and then sometime, like, 6-something years ago, they, like, their big company that was in charge of them, like, took over, and Ian and Anthony wanted to, like, they were looking to leave. So they started introducing new people, and then they kind of split and would show up once in a while. And then I don't think they even show up at all now. It's like some Smosh company, and they don't get nearly as many views, obviously. And it's just some rando, not funny people, stupid skits. That's not Smosh.
So it's like Smosh the company, not Smosh the people?
Yeah.
Huh.
And I used to watch...
I heard they made a movie.
It's terrible. It's really bad. It's really bad. It's not even B-movie bad.
Is it?
It's bad. They made 2... It's like Night of the Living Fred. Okay, not as bad as Night of the Living Fred.
I've never watched... I'm glad to say, and I'm not just saying this to seem cool, I've never seen any of the Fred movies. I think I saw 2 Fred YouTube videos when I was young, and I thought it was dumb.
You gotta check out Ralph the Movie Maker's
I have,
YouTube video on Fred.
and knowing nothing of Fred, it didn't make any sense. I was just like, why the hell is John Cena here? Because he started talking about John Cena, and I'm like, why is John Cena in Fred?
John Cena needs
also,
that money.
When you were a kid, were you a fan of Fred, or did you watch Fred?
No.
Okay, because I had all these friends.
Say that.
I have all these friends who were into Fred, and I was like, this is fucking stupid. Like, I didn't like it at all.
Yeah.
I think I watched 2 videos, and I was like, it was a series, and I was like, fuck this series. Did you ever watch the Marble Hornets series about Slender Man?
No.
When I was a kid, I got really into Slender Man, and there's this series, if people who are listening don't know, it's called Marble Hornets. It's a YouTube channel.
I've never heard of that.
It's like if Slender Man was real, like kind of suspense, not horror, but like kind of thriller series about this guy who's trying to hunt down Slender Man because a bunch of people start going missing in his town, and he like goes into the woods and has all these strange experiences. I don't think I ever watched the ending, but I was really into it for a long time.
You heard of the SCP universe?
Yeah, a lot of my friends these days are into it. I've never gotten into it. I know a couple of them.
There's so much lore behind it. Like with me as someone who wants to make films someday, somehow, I'd love to make like a series off of that because there's so much unused material, unused potential, and all the little like fan fiction stories are usually terrible because they have no idea how like the government and military and stuff actually works. So it'd be really cool to make a series where it was somewhat authentic while also having this underground supernatural level to that.
There's a guy that does that. He used to have like top secret clearance. I don't know if he does it with SCPs specifically, but I know he does it with like aliens and Bigfoot and whatnot. He does it with confidential matters.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about like the secret documents. I'm talking about like in the SCP universe, they have stories.
Well, no, that's what I mean.
Where like the big bad like army dudes come out, and of course the army guys are stupid. Right. They ruin the whole thing. When there's a lot of really high level units with extremely intelligent people. I would love to see that.
Well, no, this guy I'm talking about, he writes a book about, like, he took the government's actual, like, what's it called? The document they have in case aliens invade. You know the one I'm talking about?
I've heard. I don't know the name for it.
There's a dossier about what the government's response to aliens are if they come down from the sky, and if they come up from the ocean, too. They have that one on standby.
It's just all it is an empty DVD case of Pacific Rim.
Straight up! It's just, that's our plan. No, but the government, apparently every, like, 5 years or something like that, they go and review these dossiers to update them to the local, like the now
Yeah.
procedures and like the latest tactics and whatnot with the latest weapons. But this guy writes a book series about aliens invading the Earth and what the government's response to that is, all the way down to like actual army units and things like that.
That's cool.
And it's not this the army fucks up because they're dumb.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about like something like that, because that sounds, to be honest, a little nerdy. Like, and we use this unit and these people.
Well, no, but it's told from the perspective of a soldier. Like
Okay.
it's a fictional story.
Okay.
It's just like people think the military's dumb and can't handle this, but in reality, it'd probably be okay.
But I'm talking about like a way like involving contractors. Nobody talks about the security contractors that are contracted out for Area 51. Those aren't fucking 22-year-old security forces guys guarding Area 51.
Yeah.
Those are like contracted dudes who make bank.
And have been doing it for years.
Like, it would be that kind of situation in the SCP universe. And it's just those little details that I would love, combined with good writing, and obviously, so the whole thing just being fairly well done, that I would like. But I have a feeling, like everything else, someone else is gonna uncover it and be like, "Oh, I can write something too." And
that's
then
gonna happen all the time.
Then it becomes super dumb.
I recently finished Game of Thrones. You know this. Jordan and I watched Game of Thrones together because he loves it, and I like it now too. I'm actually going to start reading the books.
Correction. He
loves the first 6 seasons.
Well, specifically the first 3 to 4 seasons. Those are like gold.
I love the first 6 seasons. I especially love the ending of the 6th season. I think it's pretty great. I did not like the last season at all. I liked it. If you just take where everyone ends up, I like the endings they all got. I don't necessarily like how they got to those endings.
I don't like anything about it.
You don't like Tyrion getting his justice? He got his comeuppance. I liked that. I thought Tyrion's ending was apropos.
Okay, yes, but the whole thing, like, and who better but Bran the Broken? And he's like, drooling in a wheelchair.
Okay, dude, that's dialogue. I didn't like the dialogue either. I liked the idea of making the three-eyed raven the king. That makes sense. He can see everything. He can judge everything equally. It makes sense.
No, because from a human perspective, he is so withdrawn. Like, remember with Mira? He couldn't even say goodbye to Mira, the person who carried him all that way.
Yeah.
When you're so withdrawn, on one hand, yes, I get it. You have a very unbiased perspective. But at the same time, when people come in with matters to plead to the king, they're going to grow to hate him when he's like, no, that's not logical. And people die and things happen. Yeah. People get hurt. Because...
But what about the king that just wants to shoot crossbows at prostitutes? Or the king who's too weak to rule?
That's the thing I think was missed with the show. I don't know what George R. R. Martin's going to do with the books. But I think was the whole point with the Game of Thrones is that we deserve the Game of Thrones as human beings.
I think that the people involved in the game deserved it. I don't think that the populace deserves it.
No, the populace deserves it.
Why does the populace deserve it?
Because they choose it through their actions.
They don't. They have no say in their government.
Well, but that's the thing. Through change, through time, like with France, with democracy.
Right.
I'm talking about humanity in general. And
we deserve to have crazy people in charge of us?
Okay, maybe deserves the wrong word.
Okay, well, I'm just trying to understand what you're saying.
They were asking, it was the receptacle that fit with what they had.
Okay.
In the system they had, and with what they were okay with as a people, and the things they desired, it was the best thing that fit. Because they were used to being sheep, they were used to being told what to do, they just wanted to be fed, they wanted the possibility to be rich, and also... Taking into account the fantasy of George R. R. Martin's stories, it has, like, if you want to get super critical about it, it has more of just a negative tilt of humanity, which some people say is realistic. I like it, but at the same time, it's not always. There are a lot of good, wholesome people in the world.
Well, yeah.
But I don't think he balanced that out enough, especially in the books.
I haven't read the books, so I can't talk to it in that form. I think that Game of Thrones, it is fantasy, of course, but I think that it does a good job of... Because, like, I love Tolkien. Tolkien's one of my favorite writers. But Tolkien idealizes things a little too much. He makes people too friendly. He makes them too happy. He makes them too good. Like, Aragorn his fault is that he doesn't want to be the king. Like, his fault is he
Yeah.
doesn't want to be in charge. That's a shitty fault.
Yeah.
Aragorn's a good character. He's a great character in the books, and he's a good guy. He's a great role model and a hero. But he doesn't have any human faults. He's like
yeah.
an extra human character.
I think a lot of that comes from the Beowulf influence.
Could be. The other thing I think it comes from too is that Tolkien lived through hell in World War One, and I think he was trying to like show the world like, hey, life ain't that bad. The other thing is there's a little bit of context to that. There's a really great podcast series I listened to. I think I told you about it, called Hardcore History, and there's one called Road to Armageddon or something like that, and it's all about World War One, and it's like a 6-part multi-hour episode series.
Yeah.
The whole thing's like 30 hours of podcast, and it's really interesting, but it goes one whole episode's just about Tolkien and his experiences on like the front lines in World War One, because he wasn't just like at some small battles. He was in like the Somme. He was in, he was on the fucking shit battlefields.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He actually based Mordor off of one of the battlefields.
Oh, yeah.
Like, this dude saw the absolute worst of the war, and then he went back home and had to deal with that, and he wrote The Lord of the Rings like right after he got back. So a lot of people think that he based the whole lesson from Lord of the Rings off of his experience in World War One. So I think he was trying to bring a little bit more idealism into the world. Whereas George R. R. Martin, not to disrespect the guy, I don't think he's ever lived through anything like that. So he goes the other way. He wants to show the world, hey, things ain't that good.
Yeah, and he's talking about in interviews how he would read Lord of the Rings, and he wanted something more tangible. Like, he wanted to know about, like taxes and how do armies get supplied, and like more, rather than, oh, Rohan's here.
Right. Yeah, Rohan gets called, and then like a week later they're just there.
Yeah.
Like, how do you amass that force?
So that was a big thing for him, was that aspect. But I think it's important to, like, both are different sides of humanity. And depending on what you want to portray, not that art is wrong. It's very, it's objective.
Subjective.
But, or, yes.
Art is objective.
It's
either
art.
good or not.
Art is subjective. And, like, for me, like, I want to make things where you can see, like, multitudes of the aspects of it. Where you can see all the colors. And it's not that one overshadows the other necessarily. It can in different situations, but that you can really just get a full picture. So I think, especially lately, a lot of people in film and anything really, pictures, writing, whatever, they're trying to make something like one shade, like, for lack of a better term, like, this is my flavor of this.
Right. Rather
than the simplicity of humanity. Like, like, this probably sounds super dumb, but do you get kind of what I'm saying?
I think,
like, people try to overcome. It's like cooking. It's like cooking. Yeah. Like, people try to cook.
Well, I was going to compare this to meals. I was going to compare, like, so I like to think of Lord of the Rings as like a simple dinner, like a baked chicken, and you got some mashed potatoes, you got some greens, you got maybe a little wine, you got a nice Sunday dinner, And then George R. R. Martin comes over and goes, "Hold on, no, I'm gonna make you a gourmet, like, I'm gonna make you a banquet.
Yeah.
You're gonna have pie, you're gonna have, like, anchovies, you're gonna have fish head, you're gonna have all these dishes, all, like, do you want savory, do you want sweet, do you want mushy, do you want crunchy?"
Yeah.
He's got all these different flavors on one table, and it's similar to Tolkien. It's it's in the same vein. It's a big dinner.
Yeah.
But this is a dinner with, what do you want? It's got more range.
But,
whereas I think a lot of people, especially with like things like the Avengers, not to take away from the Avengers, I like the Avengers, but they kind of are just like, hey, here's your KFC bucket, like, we have one flavor. Everyone loves it. It's good. Like, it's not a bad
it's the
meal.
Colonel here.
Yeah. The Colonel coming out with the new Avengers film.
No. It's the portal opens and it's the fucking.
It's all of the fucking mascots.
No. It's just the Colonel.
It's just the Colonel.
You see a little bow tie in his cane, like, tap.
You just hear Captain America, like, fighting Thanos, and then he just hears in his earpiece, he just hears, like, new KFC bucket, $7.99. And he's like, what? And all the portals just open up.
Right behind you. It's like, Let's finish these darkies once and for all.
Oh no, you went too far. But what I mean is, it's not that the Avengers is bad or I hate it or anything.
No.
But it's simple. It's one thing. Here's your bucket of chicken and fat. Like, enjoy it.
Okay.
But it's not a full meal.
Yeah.
It's enjoyable. It's fun. It's nice to have every now and again. But you can't base your entire like art palette on KFC chicken bowls. You need to go out and have a nice dinner every now and again, or go to a banquet.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of filmmakers these days try to make like one dish solutions. They're like, hey, here's my soup.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, I want a little bit more than one thing. Like I want some gravy. I want some
focus
salad or something
on the individual dish instead of trying to commercialize it.
Flavor blast it.
Yeah.
Like flavor blasted Doritos. Maybe that's why I didn't like Uncut Gems. Because Uncut Gems just felt like, here's your fucking Doritos.
I thought you didn't like them because of the Jews.
No, I don't have a problem. You know I love Jews.
Wait, do you?
Dude, almost all of the girlfriends I've ever had have been Jewish.
Oof.
I like the Jews. I don't have a problem with them. I have the problem with the one tribe that keeps fucking everything up.
Oh my gosh.
Let's talk about conspiracy theories now. I'm
No,
joking.
no.
I'm joking. I don't have a problem with anybody. But I didn't like it because it was a little unrealistic. It was slow.
It was slow.
It was fucking slow. The movie takes, like... I thought we were almost done with it when we paused it halfway through. I literally was like, I'm going to pause this for a second so I can get some water. And we were only halfway through the movie, and I thought the movie was about to end.
Really?
I thought it was coming to a close.
But there was no... The third act hadn't started.
Dude, I didn't even know what act we were in. The thing is, there's like... The movie has no pulse.
Okay.
It's like just a streamline of here's what's going on.
Okay, this is what I'll say. Like, I didn't love it. Wasn't something like I didn't even really... Like, I finished it, but it's not something I wanted to watch again.
Is it worth finishing? Is it like worth for me to watch the ending?
For you, based on what you said, no.
Because I just think it's slow. Does it ever pick up? Okay,
No.
then I'm not going to watch it.
But the thing for me is, it's one of those things where, like, you know, people go to art museums, and there's that guy who puts up a piece of art and then walks away, and it's fine.
Yeah.
And there's that guy that stands there looking at it for...
I'm not saying Uncut Gems isn't artistic or it's bad. I'm just saying I didn't like it.
For you, yeah.
I felt like it was...
It's objectively bad.
Well, I felt like it was like, in terms of the dish analogy that we're using, like in terms of a meal, I felt like it was somebody saying like, you know, here's my tomato soup, and it's just like Campbell's tomato soup. But it's instead of you getting a bowl of Campbell's tomato soup with maybe a little cheese on it or something, it's just soup. And it's like, okay, can I have something else? No, all we have is soup. We've just got this big carton of soup, and it's not even hot. It's not cold. It's just kind of tepid. Like, it's just warm enough that you don't spit it out because it's too cold, but it's cold enough that it's not enjoyable. Because, you know, it's that kind of, like, lukewarm. I don't want lukewarm. I want hot or cold. I want flavor.
Okay. I think, like, my analogy got a little out of control, but...
The art museum analogy?
No, my food... never mind.
I use food because it's easier to compare art to food.
Yeah.
Because that's
I get that.
An initial response.
Like, for me, Uncut Gems is one of those things where I personally, I like the vibe. Mm-hmm. Like, it depends. I have to be in the mood. I feel like certain people, like a certain roommate, who really loved Uncut Gems and got mad that Lee didn't like it.
I love that roommate. We're still good friends. I like him. I don't like his movie choices. I tried to watch another movie he really liked that he based his entire tattoo off of, and I didn't like that movie either for the same reason. It was just too slow.
But the thing for me is...
But maybe he likes Campbell's chicken noodle soup. Who knows?
Like, some people, like, I think they're searching for that constant vibe, if that makes sense.
I get
and
that.
For me, like, I have key periods. Like, I'll be driving and I'll be like, yeah, it's a good time. I have nothing to do, and I'll literally just go in circles in downtown. Just because. By myself? Why not? I don't do it very often.
Maybe it's because I'm a destination guy, but I can't stand that kind of shit.
Yeah?
I hate going for drives.
Oh, really?
Unless I'm going to go for a drive with somebody and we're going to, like, explore each other's music tastes. Like, unless there's a thing to do on the drive, I hate driving.
You can't just go?
I hate driving. Okay,
wow,
so...
I didn't know this.
Well, there's some backstory to this. I moved a lot as a kid.
I did too.
I literally drove across the country
Me
multiple
too,
times.
and I loved it.
Well, I didn't like it. I hated it. And the only times I enjoyed driving around with my parents was when we would do like music drives, where my dad would take us to like the video store or to like the music shop, and we would go get whatever. Literally, we just go get whatever looked good, and we'd be like, "Okay, let's see what this is," and we would just listen to it and be like, "Well, this sucks," or "This is good," or "I like that song. I didn't like this song. The rest of this album's trash. Like that's the only song that's good on there." And we would just drive and listen to new songs. And I like doing that. Like, I'll take girls on dates sometimes where we'll just get like an ice cream or something. And then we'll be like, okay, what's your favorite song this week? And we'll just play each other's our favorite music or like any music that means anything to us. And we'll drive around and just vibe. I like doing that. But when people, so I used to live in upstate New York, people would be like, oh, let's go look at the leaves. I'm like, dude, there's fucking leaves everywhere. I don't want to drive around and look at shit that I can see from my front yard. Like, that's dumb.
That's actually very interesting. I didn't know that.
No, I'm a destination guy. I'm not a travel guy.
I still don't know. I can't pin like anything on myself about that, because on one hand, there's times I'm like, no, let's just go.
Mm-hmm.
There's times I just want to drive around. It really depends.
And
so it was like that with the movie. Going back to the movie.
Yeah, sorry. Like, I don't want to derail this.
Like there were parts where it's like, like it's a little slow, but there were a lot of parts where it just felt vibrant.
I'll be honest, there are things I liked about the movie. I thought that the color choice was awesome.
Yeah,
I thought it's a very pretty movie. It's a very pretty movie.
And there's times when, like, in terms of like for me, where you feel like you're in the movie, but you're not. At least for me, you're not one of the characters. You're not feeling Adam Sandler's anguish. It's like, dude, I'm here in the city,
right,
and I'm seeing the shit.
Yeah, it does convey a good. It's at like a what I heard somebody say once, a realistic eye level, because a lot of people shoot films from an eye level that doesn't exist for most people.
Yeah.
Like from a taller level, or from a shorter level, or from like a direct on level. Whereas this one is just offset enough that it doesn't feel like it's a camera looking. It feels like you're looking.
That's true.
Because it's at normal height, or it's at a dynamic angle where it's kind of subtle. One thing I really like too is I always like seeing Adam Sandler when he's not trying to be funny.
Yeah.
I like him. Like, I don't know if you ever watched.
I feel like he tries a little too hard.
Well, he does, but that's his style, and that's fine. But
he's a cool dude as a guy.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I like seeing him. It's like seeing Robin Williams act in like a normal role.
Yeah.
Like seeing him in Good Will Hunting or What Dreams May Come or something. Like, he's not. Like, he's funny, and he's got his funny moments, but he doesn't. He doesn't just flop around and just show off.
Yeah.
Whereas I don't know if you ever watched The Cobbler.
Yeah, I did.
With Adam Sandler.
That was pretty good.
That's a great movie. I really like that movie. And a lot of people don't like it because, it's Adam Sandler. And I'm like, come on.
Yeah. The only thing I have against it, if you can call it that, is...
The Cobbler or Uncut Gems? Okay.
It felt a little campy. Like,
it's campy as hell.
Like, it felt very cheesy.
Yeah.
But it was kind of one of those feel-good, like, I remember watching it. It would come out on Netflix, and I think I couldn't sleep. Mm-hmm. And so, like, I watched it at, like, 3 a.m, the rain outside. That was a vibe.
Yeah.
Campy movie, but that was a vibe. Speaking of vibes, I'm kind of lit right now. This is half vodka, dude.
Yeah? Should I catch up, or what do you want to do about that? Okay.
Good. Well.
Yeah, Jordan's drinking.
This is fun.
It's got an adult beverage.
Dude, if we only recorded, like, the 20 minutes we missed in the beginning... You need to just...
Are you done now? Like, is this the cup? Is this you finishing?
I don't know.
Okay.
Dude, you're the host. You're the big man.
Well, I'm asking, like, do you want to keep going? I think we're having a good conversation right now.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm going. I'm meaning to pee, but whatever.
So we can take a pee break. You want to take a break?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Catch you on the flip-flop.
We'll be right back.
Well... that was the first episode of Resistance to Existence. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll be releasing part 2 soon, so keep an eye out for that, and hope to see you next time. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.